Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. And part 3, I believe, of the Mariposa coloring page. She is new in my Etsy shop and available in 4 different versions, sepia, light grayscale, medium grayscale, and dark grayscale. This is actually the light grayscale, where her shirt and her hat actually are gray. The medium grayscale, she's still pretty light everywhere, but her hat is black and her shirt is black. So, you know, you can decide on which one you like. So, we're going to do the background today. I want to get this in before I start doing other things. It's just my preference. So I am going to use the oil pastels. This is like my current obsession of background media. And I've already kind of playing around with colors. The nice thing about doing it in this way is that you're not limited to using the colors that you have in your, in your set. So I put these all on there and I just kind of blend them all and mix them all up so that I wind up getting a whole other color variety other than what's right here. So what I am using, grass green, moss green, yellow green, and then I will use some white as well. And I just scribble them onto my my Caran d'Ache palette, just like I would do maybe the gelatos, just kind of scribble them on there. And then I'm going to use the Odorless Mineral Spirits. In this case, it's Gamsol, but any odorless mineral spirits will work. And I'm literally going to dip the brush into the mineral spirits and make a paint, and paint it on. So I'm going to start on this side. Maybe I should start at the top. No, you know what? I'm going to start at this side on the bottom, and then I'm going to work my way around. Oh, got a lot on there. Didn't necessarily mean to do that. So I want to be, I think what I may do is come in here. Well, let's just see. My brush is pretty pointy. I can get it pretty accurate. Yeah, that's working. The other option is to just put the color in with a colored pencil. But this is working just fine. So that's what I will do. Anything that I miss that I feel like I want to add more color to, I can always come in with colored pencil. Alrighty. So I am using I will stick my finger in this and blend things out. I am not concerned about the odorless mineral spirits, but if you are, you can always either wear a glove or, you know, they make those little latex finger cots that only stick on the tips of your fingers. So if you were uncomfortable about touching the odorless mineral spirits, you could always use one of those on your fingers that you're going to be using to blend, and that will put a little protective layer between you and your and the chemicals. So I think that what works best for me is to go ahead and just put the greens down first and then come in with my white on top and add that afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do. I just love this method. It goes so fast, and you really can't mess it up. And then you can blend it out a little bit with your fingers if you need to. As I showed you in the last, when did I show you this? Yes, in the last video when I did the hat. Depending on how much oil pastel goes down on your paper, some of it might rub off. So you can always just go over it with a Kleenex or a paper towel or something and just rub off the excess if that's happening. So. I want to get a little bit more variety of color. I think I can do that once I add the white on top. I do want to keep the colors fairly sheer over my mandala because I do want to come in and use an oil marker and go over that mandala. You know, I think I'm going to mix some white on here right now. Yeah. I can always come in later and add more if I want to, but I think I want to mix some of this in here. And if you get it on the hat, you can always just go over the hat again, the edges with a color pencil. Okay, let's keep on going. Oh, was I out of frame for that? Of course I was. Okay, so back up to here. I really don't want that line. There we go. You want to get right up to the edge. I think we'll get this background done pretty darn quick and then start on some other stuff. All right, I think it's time for me to add some more color to my palette. So I'm just gonna just scroll it on here. So far, just going right over the parts that have the mineral spirits works just fine. So that's good. Trying to do this at a slightly awkward angle, so just bear with me. It's a little heavy. Okay, more white. It definitely evaporates very quickly, so that's why I'm having to constantly go in and add more onto my brush, because once the mineral spirits have evaporated, then the color just doesn't move and flow as well as I would like it to. This is probably a case where I could have brought the color all the way out to the edge, but I didn't. Oh well, that's all right. All right, I want to get some more white. It would probably work a lot better if I would just turn my paper, but I'm not going to. do want this to be pretty white next to her, so might try adding. Let's concentrate on the light colors here for a bit. Okay, now I'm probably going to wind up putting some straight white on here. It might cover up these hairs. And then I'll just have to put them back in again. But that'll be okay, I think. I want this to be kind of bright. So, I might actually go over that with just a white pencil. We'll see how things go. The thing that I really like, and I've probably mentioned this before, is that with the oil pastels, when you're working on a tan cardstock, no matter what kind of cardstock it is, if it's a toned paper, they're much more opaque than the gelatos, and so it really hides the fact, not that I'm trying to hide anything, but it really covers the cardstock well so that you don't have that tan color showing through like you sometimes do with the gelatos, which I still love, but right now this is like my current obsession. On the other hand, the gelatos are nice too on backgrounds that have texture to them, like mine do. They're nice because you can still see that. All right, well, so much for that. I'm painting over it. I was gonna try and be neat and tidy, and I failed. So rather than having, I know I'm kind of like I don't know what the word would be on that, but I want things to either be neat. Yeah, I want things to be neat. So if that edge had stayed put, I probably would have left the edge, but because it didn't, and I went over the edge, I'm now going to go and cover the whole thing. I actually like it because it's putting a little bit more, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to see what I'm doing when I do the mandala. If you are planning on covering up the mandala and not letting it show, then you can do that with this product. If you want the mandala to show, you can do a couple of things. You can either keep this, you can either use gelatos because it will show through the gelatos. You can put your oil pastels on kind of thinly so that you can still see the mandala. I can still see it barely, but I can see it. Or you can use a pen, an acrylic pen, and outline the mandala before you put the oil pastels on, and you will get something that looks like this, where the mandala will then turn green, but be bright, so you'll still be able to see it. I'm going to use my oil pen over the top of the of these oil pastels, and do it that way. Okay, that's good enough. All right, now I'm going to take my white on my finger. I'm going to add some more white. That over here as well. Okay, hopefully I didn't cover up my mandala so much that I cannot see it, because that would suck. It's covered up pretty good. It's covered up pretty good. But you know, we have the coloring page original to refer back to if needed. And I actually think, you know, because it's my page and what I enjoy, I might actually add these lines back in here, which are on the original painting as well, and the coloring page. Just something about it that I like, that I think I want to do. So, but anytime you put anything over the top of these oil pastels, you either have to spray with a fixative first, or use an oil-based product. Like I'm going to use an oil marker, so I can go over that with the oil-based marker, and it actually works better over the top of these pastels than it does on straight paper. On straight paper, it just soaks right into the page. Okay, so there's the background. I'm going to go wash my hands and clean up my mess. And in case I haven't mentioned it before, the oil pastels are soap and water cleanup, but you definitely need soap. If you just try and rinse them off with water, they're not going to come off. But if you add soap, they'll clean right up. So my palette, I'll just use some soap and water and a magic eraser, and it'll clean right up. My hands will clean up and everything will be good. So I will do that, and then I will be right back. Alrighty, so the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a paper towel. I love my Viva paper towels. I'm going to take a paper towel, and I'm going to remove whatever is super heavy. So there's not a ton coming off, but there's enough coming off that now after I rub it off, I'm not getting any on my fingers, and I like that. So even if that means that I'm rubbing off some of this white, what it is doing for me though is making the mandala a little bit easier for me to see, and I still feel like I have really good coverage on the background. But I like doing this. This is gonna keep me from smearing this color all over the place, because now it feels really clean. So there's this one little area where it's like the white that I used is in an odd, what's the word I want to use? Like there's a funky meeting of the two colors. But my plan is to come in with my white anyway. And I've done this with gelatos before too, where I will come in and add more color on top. I'm doing it with the colored pencil as opposed to just putting more of the white pastel on, because I can really control where that pencil is going. And I like that. Like, you wouldn't have to do this if you didn't want to. You could just do your pastel background and call it good. I'm going to try and see if I can blend. And the cool thing is that if I can't get this to soften and blend the way I want, I can always use mineral spirits to blend it. Okay, let me pull this up just a little bit. Let's see if I can blend it just with my finger, because there's kind of a layer of stuff down that will allow the pencil to move. I think that's going to work okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do this side. So I want all of this to be a little bit brighter. I'm in frame, but my hand is right in front of what I'm doing. So I want to make sure that there's as much as much brightness out here as I have in here, so that it looks like it's a continuous color, lighting effect, whatever. All right, it's blending pretty well without using any mineral spirits, so that's good. And then I think after we get her all done, well, let me rephrase that. If I go to try and add hairs now on top of this, if it doesn't work. Then I will spray the page with like the matte finish that I was talking about. Krylon. I love Krylon's art products. They work great. Just a light coat of the Krylon spray on top of the page, and then I'll be able to add more colored pencil on top for like the hairs and stuff if I want to. So I'm going to do the mandala off camera. I feel like I really need to take my time and not rush so that I don't screw it up. And so that I will do off camera. Not that you, because, you know, I mean, I'm outlining the mandala. It's not like I'm doing anything fantastic. Okay, I'm pretty okay with that. Part of me feels like, there's not enough white yet. So I am going to take some of the white. Yeah. It does work better for sure than the colored pencil by itself. I just don't have as much control with it, but I can definitely get a brighter white or a brighter lightness by doing it this way. Like right there, I'll just go over that a little bit with, although I would imagine that the hat wouldn't be completely black. I would imagine that there would be light, you know, light that would hit it in places, I think. So maybe I'll leave it alone. I even thought about doing a little bit of highlight. Look, she says as she's touching it and doing it, I thought about doing a little bit of lighter color so that it wasn't just a solid black, to kind of represent the lights that would, yeah, I like that. Just a little bit of highlight. Just blend it. I don't know if it's showing up very well on the video, but there's just a subtle sheen there that I'm happy with. Okay, so I have decided I am going to keep her shirt gray. I like it. I like it gray a lot. I'm not going to leave it alone. I am going to go ahead and color it. But I'm not sure if I'm going to use the luminance for that because I don't like their grays. They don't have enough good grays. So I'm probably going to break into the Prismas to do that. And since we're not, since we have a little bit of time, we'll do that. And then the last video will be the flowers and stuff. So I'm going to use Cool Gray 50%. Let me just, you know, there is a really nice thing about having a page that's there for you to test on. Now that's going to be significantly lighter than what I have there, but I actually kind of like it. What are my other choices? Warm gray, 30%. Oh, you know what? I think I like that better. It doesn't look quite as blue. I'll Although maybe I should do 50%. That's darker than what I have, which I don't. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Tell me. I don't know what to do. The combination of the two was kind of nice. Does it matter which direction I go? You know, I think I'm going to put down warm gray 50%. And then I might use some warm gray 30%. So, oh, and white. Should we put the white in first? Let's put the white in first. Because I do want her polka dots to be white. I don't know what it is. There's just something about gray, white, and green that I've always liked. In fact, that's quite a prevalent color scheme in my house. Even though her hat is black, she looks summery to me, which I like. Boy howdy, summer's in full swing here. I think it's going to be 110 today. So I'm perfectly happy to just stay inside and make art. I think we're going to have to put some shadow on her skin. Am I in frame, I hope? Yes, okay. Good. Just realized I didn't plug my phone in. Hopefully my battery won't die while I'm filming. That would stink. Okay, I think I'm going to take a second and plug my phone in. Okay, so let's do some 30%. Oh, well, gee, there's my... Okay, that wasn't what I intended, but that's okay. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm happy with the color, so that's all that matters. This is 50% cool gray. Not the warm gray that I was planning on using. This is 30% warm gray. I know you guys must do that too. Pick up a pencil and find out it's the wrong pencil. It's like, oops. It's okay. I kept going because I was happy with how it looked, so that's all right. I don't know why I'm adding this. I'm just adding it because I would imagine that the shirt would have some different colors in it, I guess. So that was 30. I don't think I want to add white. I do want to give it a little blend. I know it seems like I'm cheating because her shirt was already gray, but I really liked the gray, so. All right, let's take, shall we do dark flesh? I'm gonna do dark flesh just right here on this edge. That looks like it's, something's not right there. What did I do? I don't know. We don't want lines between things. We want them butting right up to each other. Let's see what I can do here. This is 70% warm gray. I think I'm going to put that on the edge here too. Yep, and I might use that as shadow. I think that'll be all right. So then I'm going to use that over here as shadow. Blend that. And I think I want it even a little bit darker. That 70 didn't really do much, so this is 90% cool. That's better. Maybe even some more. Yeah, better. Okay. I will be curious now to see if some of these lighter colors are going to show on this. I suspect, well, if I push with some decent amount of pressure, it shows up. And I might add some more if I spray it later, because I kind of want to see if they'll really show. And they're not really showing right now. So it's possible that when I spray it, it will show up a lot better. The dark colors are showing just not the light colors. So that's all right. Okay. I might come in. I might come in with some darker color. There's not enough contrast for me in the, not contrast, there's not enough variety of color in this background for me yet. I want the greens. I like the color of the green. I like the color of the white. I'm just not crazy about the how dark. I kind of want some more dark. And I don't know if I should just do that off camera or do it now. I'm gonna do it with my finger first. This is still green, and part of me is wondering if I should break out a different color. So where's my little test piece of paper here? Like, what if we used olive brown? Let's see, I'm gonna put some of that on my finger. I kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna add a little bit. I think that's enough. I don't want to go too crazy. It's just enough so that it had another color layer in it. Okay, so on the next one, we'll do the butterflies and the flowers and the feathers. And I still have to figure out what I'm going to do here. And I think I'm going to do it gold. It's gold in my painting. And what I like about it, be careful, I'm getting greens on my skin. What I like about the gold being down here is that it'll bring up, it'll bring some of the gold that's in the center of the rose down here as well. So I think, oh, that works nice to blend things out. Gotta love the Viva paper towels, man. They hold up. They do a nice job. Oh yeah, there we go. I like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna call this video done, and I still have a little bit more work to do on her hair, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Something here is not right, but we'll work on that next time. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Love to you all. Happy coloring. Bye.